Hey, welcome back all. So today I have another small scale, or at least smaller scale in the scale size, but in model size it's quite big. A Hercules, a Lockheed A DC-130 in this case. This one is a drone controller. It's one that I was looking for quite some time. I usually don't collect the one on 144 scale. But for some models I will make an exemption because this is a 1 on 72 scale. Twice the size of this box would be gigantic. So I'm happy that they didn't do that. I had AC-130s in the past. Were magnificent models. Sold them on during the road. This is the first drone controller that I will have, and let me show you guys. I found this one in a thrift store in the UK. Again, one of those finds like in weird spots. It's from 2004, I believe. It's quite an old release. It's 21 years old already. Box art is always really cool with Corgi in this case. So a lot of information. 1973, California, North Islands. So limited edition, of course. With these ones, I don't believe there was a card with it. At least I couldn't find it when I was opening it. Now the folder is already coming out. So what is cool in these boxes, they have an info sheet in the back of it. So they share there a lot of information. You also see already the color fading is quite fun. So I had this one still a pretty clear and nice image, and this one is already slowly fading away. So that shows you how old this thing is. Information package card, it was something from that era. So you could post up to Corgi and get info about planes, molding, the simple stuff, nothing special. The stands are quite cool from that day and age. They're all plastic, but they at least had a limited edition. So this one was a limited run of 2300. Now those were the days. Nowadays limited runs are like 500 and they may be lucky to sell them all. 1711 and a nice little brass type plate, I think, or brass, yeah. Stand for the rest, it's completely, this is actually aluminum, so that's cool. So the stand arm is aluminum. There are a couple of versions of this one. I know Corgi also has one, it's an aluminum pin and then the block sticks onto it. There are also versions that had a aluminum pin with a pack on it, and you would have separate parts to put over it, especially the older generation Hercules models. To put together was a bit more finicky, also dropped off almost constantly, so that was a nightmare. So the model itself, let's see if we can get it out. It comes out really easily. Most details on this model are painted, so it's a bit dirty. It's an older model, but everything's painted. Doors, windows, and no, don't let that fool you. Like here, the prop plate is a bit crooked. It's an aluminum actually. It's quite funny. So the prop plate is a bit loosey here, but in general, they're quite fun to look at. And the main part for me was the drones on it. So I see some more smudges here. A little bit of dried coffee or something. But in general, I have to say the models that I bought so far from the store in this trip, all are quite in good condition. Cannot say bad about it. So in the packaging itself, there are also, of course, the wheels. Wheels are rolled, so the rolling parts. I'll click one in just to show you guys. So they're quite low key. And of course the rear wheel's the same story, a movable part. So pretty straightforward. If you want to display it at least like that. Mine is going to be displayed in the air. So on a stand so the wheels can go out. And then you have another 3 parts for the... Let's get that box out of the way so you guys don't have to look at the box. To put the stand display in, you need to take out a rubber pad. There's a big squared out hole in there. I'm not sure how it's supposed to sit on it. Let me double check that. I believe like this. That's quite loose. Pretty sure I have it on the wrong way. Let me check. Let's rotate this block. Maybe then it sits a bit better. A bit more forward. Probably not the purpose of it, but at least then it sits a lot nicer. Feel free to comment, guys, if you think it should sit differently. The prop blade, I'm gonna see if I can give it a light push. Because these packs, from the props. They are just a metal rod that's glued into the diecast. So what happens after a while, sometimes these come out. I actually got a replacement from Corgi one day for that back in the day. They are super kind, by the way, the Corgi spares team. They're currently transferring their inventory to a new warehouse. So until the end of the year, you cannot get any spare parts, at least not the ones that they cannot touch. So be patient with them. But for service, and especially older models, Corgi is, I have to say, the best brand out there right now. And next to that, of course, Century Wings also provides parts when needed, but at a shipping cost, which is fair, because they have to ship from China. So I have no issues with that. And then Caliber Wings also can provide if really needed. They mainly provide their dealers usually parts, same for Century Wings. And then of course you have other brands like Hobby Master, but not anymore with Hobby Master, at least maybe only for people they still favor. So they have a bit of a favorite people list, I've noticed, and then it's possible. But in general, not many will ship out spares. So a cool looking plane, nice historic part. So many air forces, they will convert some of their older fleet to drones. Now these are literally drone units controlled by a central hub. But there are also cases where an old F4, for instance, that's decommissioned, gets repainted, gets drone controls in it, and becomes a gigantic remote controlled plane. I still hope to find one of those in one day. By the way, well, fun fact, this one is being repainted, and I'll show you guys in a second. So this part has been redone. I'm not sure if that's by previous owner or Corgi's factory. I'll show that in the close-up. It looks quite cool. It's not badly done, but you just notice that there was a masking and something has been changed. Could have also been original. But in general, a very cool model. So a close-up of the plane. So here you can see, especially with the light on it, there's a part where it's been repainted. It is not badly done, but it's noticeable that it's a bit in the wrong tint. Maybe the guy had some damage on it. I also noticed a little smudge right there. So probably there has been some repainting on it. It's not a bad thing, owners sometimes do that. I'm not a big fan of it. Usually that'd be done by a professional, somebody that really knows model paintings. But in general, a very cool looking plane, especially the part what I did it for. So the drones, this one has actually the Navy logo is not 100% on it. So a little quality defect right there. But in general, a nice looking plane for my collection, which I'm very happy with. The colors are really bright and really cool. The bottom is not so interesting. It's very plain, very straightforward. The same goes for any details. All details are literally just painted on. It's quite heavy, by the way. I believe it's around 400, 500 grams of model. So something to keep an eye on when you're displaying in a cabinet, especially one with thin glass. Yeah. Again, thank you guys for joining me on this adventure, and we'll see you in the next one. The next video will actually have a comparison video. We're going to compare 4 Tomcat brands, so that's going to be JC Wings. I have Hobby Master, I have Century Wings, and I have Caliber, and I would like to display them all next to each other and then go into detail, the weights, what the stands are with it. I'm not going to go into the boxes because that would take too long, but mainly the models. So please join me next time, and thank you all. Have a great day and stay safe.